Hello and welcome back to Mimic Decision. We're sorry we missed you last week, but we are excited to be back with episode 3 of our campaign, The Veil of the Seer. First, before we dive into that, just some basic stuff. For those of you who want to catch up on what we've done so far, you can catch the first 2 episodes of The Veil of the Seer over on our YouTube, as well as our mini-series Cavalier Origins. And any new future videos will also be uploaded over there relatively shortly after we wrap up here on Twitch. If you like what you see, you can do us a huge favor and help us out a lot by following us over here on Twitch. We're chasing affiliate, and we need that 25 follows. We're getting close there. I think we have 5 to go. And also a subscription and a like on YouTube if you can. We really appreciate all of that out of the way. Let's very quickly get back to what we do here. I am joined as ever by Tom, Tim, Josh, John, and Aubrey, who will be continuing their characters here in Vesir. In our first 2 episodes, we were introduced to the city of Gaiatel, the center of power and politics in the world of Vesir, at least recently. And we were introduced to our party: Morella, Bailu, Tormund, Azalea, and Tandon. I don't want to belabor any of those because we'll be getting back to them in just a minute. But after being introduced to them during the festival on the Ceasefire Remembrance Day events in Gaiatel, our party was confronted with an odd situation. The sky went dark, the stars turned green, and monsters attacked various groups. This didn't last long, and our party was very quickly able to help a group of Valkyrian priests. However, shortly thereafter, our party was confronted by and arrested by the Vesirian Guard. A somewhat helpful captain and a mysterious stranger helped our party understand that they had gotten in between some powerful parties and were potentially in a place where they heard or saw something that others prefer they hadn't. It was highly likely that our party was about to take the fall for the events of the previous evening at the festival, and with the help of their new friend Jen, they were able to make their escape out of the guardhouse into a boat and onto the river heading out of Gaiatel. We can reconvene here today on that boat, just leaving the harbor of Gaiatel onto the river heading south, down into the mainland of Vesir. Our party, for the first time really since at least their time in the jail cell, having a chance to catch their breath as they are fully out of Gaiatel and, at least for the moment, not pursued. Our party rests on a small boat. It has a small foredeck and a bit of space at the back for cargo, as well as a cabin that takes up the majority of the space. There's a walkway around the edges. And I think at this point I want to know, what is our party doing?
I am
Baloo is
familiarizing myself with the map.
Good one. So Baloo's kind of standing on that back deck, sort of watching Gaiatel disappear down the river. Really just kind of checking to see if maybe we're being followed. Is there any abnormal hustle and bustle on the shore, or anything that looks a bit strange? Right? We know we've got a bit of time until someone will be, alerted, but it's just kind of checking to just kind of make sure the coast is clear.
Yeah, so taking a look around, you made your escape in the early hours of the morning as the harbor was getting set up for its full day of cargo being shipped in and out, as well as the marketplace that happens on the water there that you had managed to slip through. There is quite a bit of hustle and bustle around, but none of it immediately appears to be directed at you.
Okay.
Do any of you look open to conversation, or are you all just kind of like contemplating silently?
Tormund looks outwardly completely composed and open to anything.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sure is.
Early in the adventure.
you know, some people are like that.
Propositions on a half shell.
You know,
It's
when you're
full
stuck on a
shell.
boat this small for extended periods of time.
Like about 10 minutes. Some people have.
Different
I'm a
amount of time for
third.
everybody, baby.
Well, hey, you've known Bailu for a while.
I'm a Galapa. Like 10 minutes is not a long duration.
I'm gonna walk on the deck towards wherever you are, Tormund.
Mhm.
Hello, Tormund.
Hello.
I have a question for you. You're a member of the Guard, correct? Did I understand that correctly?
Well, looks as a yes, 30 minutes ago. Now, I don't know anymore. Probably not.
And she looks like a little worried, I guess. She says, I've never been on the wrong side of the law, and I assume probably that it's the same for you. I'm not sure what we're doing here.
On the wrong side of the law? No. Escaping from people trying to kill us? Not the first time.
Well,
Not the second even.
no, but you know what I mean. The law and justice are not always aligned perfectly. And
No. No.
we are on the wrong side of the law. Whether we're on the wrong side of justice is not what I was referring to. We are fugitives now.
We weren't even on the wrong side of the law. We were on the wrong side of a dispute against nobles.
Well, don't nobles usually infer the law?
They overwrite the law. They ignore the law. It's not quite as codified.
Well, I suppose I should take it to heart that you don't seem too troubled by all of this.
Troubled? I mean, I am, but what are we going to do about it? We should try to see what caused those summons to appear in the city. What is going on, maybe, but realistically, we're not going to go back to... Go ahead.
Do you think we could clear our names somehow? Or is it just the way it is?
Clear our names with evidence?
Yes, if we found out who was behind it.
So, we didn't get convicted by evidence. We got accused by a noble. If we got famous enough, notable enough, had some political capital from somewhere else, a noble that would vouch for us, maybe on raw evidence finding someone, that would mean that the noble would have to admit they were wrong. And then it depends how important the noble is.
That's true. And if they were willing to falsely accuse us in the first place, they probably would not be too willing to admit that they were wrong.
Yes. Would have liked to know why they accused us. But...
Well, and the fact of our loose affiliations through one another, we don't really know ourselves all that, the group together. We know one person, and that person knows the other, and that person knows the other. It's strange that we were all grouped together as the enemy here. It feels targeted, and I've been trying to think while we ride on this barge. I've been trying to think in what realm I could have been pulled into this.
I mean...
I've only just arrived in the city.
There are two possibilities, right? Either one of us was targeted and the rest of us were targets by association. The other option is it was something we did well together. The only thing we did well together was defend the priests. And, as the captain was saying, ignore the noble with his guards. That's where I see it. So unless somebody is harboring a dark secret that would cause a noble to accuse them, you look confused. I don't think Belu over there would ever offend a noble, or most anyone. Granted, I don't know Morella and Tambit that much, but
Well, I can only speak for myself. I generally try to help people and heal people, not hurt them. But anyways, I appreciate your candidness and conversation. It helps a little, I suppose, to at least know that I'm correct in assuming that we are currently damned if we do, and currently damned if we don't do anything.
damned. Damned is a big word. Come, let's have some breakfast. I'll make you some food. You'll enjoy it. You'll need your energy.
I am famished, actually.
How do you prefer to eat, by the way? In animal form or in...
Well, I suppose it depends on what I'm doing, but generally I enjoy eating in this form. But I am a vegetarian.
Not a
I
problem. I have cooked for much stranger restrictions than vegetarian.
Well, the food you made at the festival smelled good, at least, but
I still don't know how I did.
suppose we'll never know how it tasted.
I have two worries of leaving the city. Worries, no. Concerns? Maybe. I am worried for the orphans, but they've managed before me. They'll manage after me. I left them some notes. They know what to do. But I wish I knew how I did on that festival. The Prime Seasoning would want to know.
Well, I suppose you just have to recreate it sometime.
Yes. Yes. When we find the ingredients.
She seems like visibly less distraught after talking to you, but still like kind of worried.
Sure. I'm going to like kind of, around the shoulder or grab and like push towards like an area where we can grab some food. But the pat on the back type thing. Does Azalea flinch away or not?
No, she'll
Okay.
accept a pat on the back. She'll follow you and sit down wherever you go.
I'm going to start preparing some food.
While he's preparing food, I'm kind of going to see that kind of happen, thinking we're probably safe from them being followed. I'm going to go look for Tambit.
I'd say I'm just outside the cabin with the
Okay.
note and map.
Okay. Tambit, it is unfortunate that you are caught up in whatever is going on here. You've just showed up and was trying to help with the spiny wolves.
Yeah. But
Yes.
hey, by the time I even knew, I was too close. So
Yes.
I'm
Well,
not
on
just
the
gonna run away and let him kill a bunch of priests,
yeah, on the bright side, it will keep you from being on the boat with us will keep you from getting into a different kind of trouble back in the city. So
They're very
And you
different kinds
are-
of trouble out here.
You are closer to your healer in this way, so. By the way, how is the previous wound to your arm that I fixed a few weeks ago?
Oh, way better. Way better.
That is good. That is good to hear.
Let's see. I wouldn't have been able to shoot like that with. It was almost broken.
Yes, well, there was a very large man that was quite angry with you.
They look smaller when you're having a good night.
Yes, inebriation does tend to skew the facts a bit. Yes. Well, are you are looking at the note and the map I see? Have you been able
Yeah.
to decipher anything useful?
Pretty basic. It doesn't really give me a lot, but I mean, like I said, I can get anywhere. As long as we don't have to fly, it'll be fine. And
Well,
no
this
reference
is
to
a
that here.
boat. It would be an odd flight, but hopefully there are no waterfalls that make me
Falling.
eat my words here.
Hopefully directionally falling. I mean, it's a known place. There's roads. I'm not too worried about being able to find it, but if they have something written, better to use that.
Of course. Yeah. I'm glad that you're here. It always helps to have a bit someone else who has been out this way before.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
honestly, I like it better out here, but
I-
the part where we had to run away,
I believe I do
take
too.
it or leave it.
yes. Well, I was only a few days from going on my next wandering adventure anyway, so it's just
Oh, yeah, I mean,
accelerated that timetable a bit.
I was getting down to like my last handful of gold there, so I was gonna have to take a job soon anyway.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I do not think being a fugitive pays as well.
I feel like if you do it right, it might pay better.
Crime does not pay, my friend.
Maybe not long term.
No. Well, I will leave you to your looking at the map and yes, just wanted to see how you are doing. Seems like you are in good spirits.
I mean, no sense dwelling. Now we're running. Just run.
Well,
Um,
hand on your shoulder and say, yes, okay.
Sam, but as you're looking at the map, anything jumping out at you? Any thoughts?
As to the map.
And the note.
I mean, I don't know the area. Oh, on the note, yes.
Well, he's thinking about the map.
Can't hear you, buddy.
Oh.
John.
How about now?
There you go.
Yes.
We're doing exactly the same things.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Where it references going to the valley's border. Do I have some idea of where that is already? Is it close enough to Gaiatel?
Sure. Yeah.
I
So,
ventured, fairly near.
so we can take a moment here and kind of look at the local geography. So leaving Gaiatel is a small-ish area around the city itself. It gets used for all kinds of various purposes. But the river you're on, it will flow from south from Gaiatel down into essentially three borders, depending on the direction you go with it. You can take it down into Koyatel to the west. You can move almost straight south down into the Falkiran lowlands, which is the piece of Falkir directly south of Gaiatel, or you can follow the river kind of due east as you get to the border and approach the liminal valley, which is the piece of Limios that is to the west of Gaiatel, in between Gaiatel and Falkir. It's a non-contiguous piece of the nation of Limios, but it is just kind of its own valley to the west. So generally speaking, that you could follow the river up to a certain point and then have to walk into that bridge.
I guess places to moor about around that area.
Hmm.
Do I know of docks, or you know what I mean? Like, is there a place to moor a boat, or do I think we're going to be jumping off a boat in a river?
You're probably looking at leaving the boat outside of it, kind of on a riverbed somewhere at this point. But let's see. You could. Yeah, not a whole lot of like settlements directly on the river in this portion. On this river, I should say. You'd be a couple days downriver before you got to anything like that. If you're looking to change directions sooner, then you'll be looking at, like I said, a less decorous landing.
Yeah, so like the point where we kind of have an idea where it just tells us like, hey, you'll get to this valley, then you can get on the roads.
Mhm.
We're thinking that's like best case scenario. We just leave it kind of on the riverbed.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
See your lips moving, but not hear a word.
Every time I pull Discord up to read something. The other part that I find weird is the way she ends the note, where she's apologizing. That's giving me a little bit of a funny vibe.
Okay.
But once I figure out like kind of where we're looking at potentially needing to get off the boat, which I believe you had said was about a day's travel on the boat. Is that correct?
Probably, yeah. Depending on the direction you go.
Once I figure that out, that's when I'm going to join. I know Tormund and Azalea are off in one spot. Has everybody else kind of congregated there or no?
I was just about to ask Morella what she was up to. Haven't heard from her yet.
I'm going to wait for everybody to kind of get together and then join them to bring
Sure.
up the map.
Sure.
Marla's just kind of chilling on her own. Away from any boat edge. Just very still. Hanging out by herself.
Do you look frightened or anxious specifically right now?
Anxious, trying not to show it. But probably failing because she really doesn't like boats.
Okay. I'm going to, after talking to Tam, go back into the cabin where I'm assuming is where Morella would be, because it's probably the furthest away from boat edges. So, yeah. Morella, how are you faring today? Since the escape.
You know, doing great.
Mm-hmm. Do you travel often from the city, I mean?
Used to. Preferred on foot, to be honest.
I'm not a fan of boats, I take it. Yeah, just in case.
No, prefer the ground.
Just in case. I thought it might be the case. I'm gonna pick a sprig, so kind of a small sprig off of that herb that I traded for on the floating market. Said, if it starts to become too uncomfortable, you can place this herb inside your mouth. Just put it between under your lip and your mouth there, and it will help you feel a bit more grounded on the boat.
Oh,
especially if you feel like you are about
thank-
to throw up or something.
oh,
Tidies first.
thank you.
Yes. Yes, but
Oh.
if you need anything, let me know.
Are Morello and Bellu showing, like, moving to the food area?
Yeah, seeing that you've got food going, I would probably just go kind of take a look and see what's going on.
I will also join with the map.
Bellu, Morello. Bellu, I knew you'll eat anything that's put under your nose.
Well, that is true.
Morella, any dietary restriction?
Just no mushrooms.
No mushrooms. Okay. Tambid?
I'll eat damn near anything.
Okay.
While Tormund finishes cooking, I think Azalea's gonna pull out her little wooden pan flute and start playing a little song for everybody. If there's anybody who would know any sea shanties, you might recognize this one. It's called The Gull Who Stole My Pie.
So you all have a moment of music and some sort of food cooking up. Certainly more comforting than the rest of the day has been. What are you making, Tormund?
Tormund is making a vol au vent, which is puff pastry, but in like a little round cone that you can eat kind of like as a little bowl. And inside there's like a thick creamy sauce. Then you mix ingredients in there what you want. So there are meatball ones that are made for people who eat anything. Found a little bit of probably chicken or something in the containers on the ship. I had some made with mushrooms. These will be pulled away from Morella and moved straight to Azalea. And but yeah, so just nice dinners, easy to separate for everybody differently, and unfortunately, yeah.
As we move forward, we will have to consider where our ingredients and cooking abilities come from. But for today, that sounds like a lovely breakfast.
It's a little bit early for it, but it'll do. Where the cooking ability comes from is going to be a worry. Oh no.
Like, tools, utensils.
Oh, I see.
Well, he did just had all of his kit on him from entering a cooking competition. So,
Yeah, puff pastry might be stretching it though. Having puff pastry ready.
No. Who doesn't carry a spare puff pastry around?
I think there might be a reason puff pastry has not made it into traveling food stories, but we will, as I said,
The
overlook
prime
for at least
seasoning
for today.
provides.
Keep telling us it's puff pastry. It's really just hardtack. We found on the boat.
Wow.
I don't know any better, so.
It's a Pop-Tart.
Oh my. The pain. Like, you're insulting my religion actually right now. The prime seasoning is Tormund's religion. Just want to toss that out there.
Is that like the prime directive?
The prime seasoning is the god of cooking. Of preparing dishes. How do you prepare? How do you serve? How you share food.
Indeed. The prime seasoning, one of Vesir's secondary duties, depending on how you want to look at it, is the god of chefs and everything about their flow, their process, their creation of food, their sharing of food.
Enjoy, everyone.
Thank you, Jomand.
It
should
smells
last a
delicious. Thank you.
Maybe a bit heavy for this early in the morning, but should last us a bit.
As you mentioned something before about a song of some kind. Perhaps
Oh.
it could be nice to have a meal and some entertainment.
Sure. And she'll put her plate aside after taking a big mouthful, and then pull out her flute again and start to do the little verse music. There once was a gull with a villain's eye who swooped down low for me apple pie. I wore by sail in salty sky. I'll catch that thief before I die. Oh ho, away she flew with crumbs in pride and a bite or two. If that bird comes back, I'll tell you why. I'll bake 2 pies and let her try. She perched atop the mizzen mast and laughed at me as she flew past. I shook my fist and I swore so fast, but truth be told, I laughed at last. Oh ho, away she flew with crumbs in pride and a bite or two. Let the sea take storms and pirates sly, but guard your lunch from a gull on high.
It was
Ah,
a very nice cautionary tale about the seafaring avian creatures.
It's based on a true story, I believe. I've heard many sailors sing it from where I'm from.
Well, there must be a common problem on the sea. Hopefully the river is more protected from these villainous gulls.
She just like points into the sky and there's like gulls circling us where we're eating. There they are now.
And should be prepared to shoo them away.
Corbin, how's gold taste?
how does what taste?
Oh, seagull.
Like chicken. Well, it depends how well it is cooked, of course. It's very easy to overcook, and like any bird, then it becomes very tough and hard to bite, and so you want to be careful how you do it. Or you can overcook it and just then have a meal.
Pretty much everything I cook. So
I will convert you, Tambit. I will show you what food is.
we'll take it. So
So-
also we should figure out, and I pull out the map. So this is taking us to Lindholm, which I can get us there. We have a couple options though for the boat. The most direct thing would be to just kind of abandon it on the way when we hit the edge of the valley. We could keep going for an extra couple days down the river. We'll find towns with docks down there, but then we have to, we've left a boat somewhere, either way. So what do you guys think we should do?
Well,
Alternatively, we
the-
could just keep sailing.
well,
I
the
think we
river
should
does
leave that to
provide.
the audience.
Yes, that's a good call.
I think that sounds like an excellent choice. What options are we going to be providing them?
Well, because John was giving the options, feel free to describe. What is the question, John?
So I would say our options are to leave it on the shore at the edge of the valley, where we disembark. Get off the boat there, but allow it to keep going down the river, so it doesn't give them a point
I'm
where
sorry,
we
sorry,
are.
too fast. Too fast. I'm not that fast. Leave it on the shore. Okay.
Jump off the boat there, and let the boat keep going empty.
Okay.
Or continue up the river to one of the docks a couple days further away and find our way from Lindholm, or to Lindholm from there.
Okay.
And the other option was to basically just park the boat where it is and leave and go the rest on foot.
I'll add my own steering in here as well. You certainly, of course, have the option of not going to Lindholm.
This was not a prepared question.
Chat, we would love to hear your thoughts on as to where the party should be headed, or what approach they should be taking. Party, I have been hand waving something that we need to address. Who's handling the boat?
Well,
So I will tell you, the boat you're on is a boat that is made to work within Gaiatel. Most boats in there are usually moved through punting poles, that sort of thing, through relatively shallow canals. But the boat is also comfortably able in the river, somewhat open water. So the boat has options on that front. There are for absolute emergencies, there are some oars that can be used. It's not a great boat for that, given the size, but it could be done. There is a small sail that can be raised and used to catch the wind and move. Or this boat, like many boats in Vesir, does have a small magical engine attached to it that does keep things moving. It's not quick, especially if it's not augmented by some sort of magic user, but it will keep the boat moving.
Well, we've been drifting a bit. Anybody good at sailing? Well, let's answer the question first, I think. But
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we talked about it last time that a couple of us have been on boats or around boats.
Yes, correct.
Oh,
You
I see.
all had experience with boats living in Gaiatel. They are as natural to hop on as a bus or a cab in a regular city these days. So you all are at least somewhat competent with boats.
So I have in my experience that I'm good at navigating water and in the wilderness. So I don't know if that would pertain to this.
It would be an aspect of it. I'm not asking if you guys have, water vehicle proficiency. That's obviously not a thing.
Vehicle proficiency.
You guys all understand boats well enough. It's just a question of who's taking charge of this. I'm not asking for a role. I'm asking for, as a group of people on a boat who are running from the law, this is how you're escaping. Who's seeing to it?
do you know what Tormund will? Tormund's relatively calm. Has had to escape before.
Yeah, I feel like Azalea's not quite present enough to steer a ship all the time.
mhm.
Um,
And we did in chat
I
get
would
an ask,
ass-
got a
I would
question on.
assist with him.
Go ahead.
I would assist with Tormund doing boat stuff.
Okay.
I've spent a lot of time in Koyamir. It's the city of ships.
True.
She doesn't like boats, but knowing how to navigate with it kind of helps focus a little bit
Okay.
and not worry about tumbling off the sides.
So Morella very bravely comes closer to the edge of the boat to help assist keeping the boat moving.
Less bravely.
Well,
We did get a question in chat who asked what the threat of going to Lindholm was, and there's no threat that we know of currently. It's just we were sort of tasked with maybe going there by a person that helped us break out of jail. The one who told us that we were basically victims of, victims of circumstances that were not anything to do with us. We were just kind of patsies. So they gave us the option to go to, they had a safe house near Lindholm that they were going to send us on.
I think we have a clear winner in terms of A, as of right now, which is to let the boat roll on by empty, which is to abandon the boat somewhat fully.
So disembark at the edge of the valley, allow the boat to continue empty, kind of lay a false trail.
That does seem like the plan.
Okay. Well, then we should.
So Morella and Tormund keep the boat moving on the river. And when the option comes to maybe continuing going south, you cut to the east, knowing that you won't be staying on the boat for all that long. Having eaten and spoken and planned this out, is anybody have any, or is anybody's character doing anything they want to spotlight for the moment as you truly get underway with the direction?
Other than just for while we're doing this journey, I want to go up the mast. There's a little mast, right, for the sail?
Tiny one, yeah.
I want to be like going up the mast and checking into ahead of us, so I'm getting a good idea of when we're getting close to where we need to get off the boat.
Excellent.
Are there any?
Go ahead.
Are there any boxes or crates on this boat? You said it was kind of.
Yeah, so there
like-
is a small collection of boxes on the back of the boat in the cargo area that you guys have not inspected yet.
While Tambit's climbing the mast, Blue's going to be probably looking to perhaps rummage through boxes to see if there's anything useful they can take if they're just going to let the boat go.
Sure. So there's some supplies in here. A couple of the crates are, in fact, like food stuff, rations, adventure kind of food, hardtack, jerky, dried berries, nuts, that sort of thing. Beyond that, it seems to be mostly like textiles. You see some bolts of cloth. You see some things that might actually be clothes. Nothing particularly nice, but it's of some value, I'm sure.
I'm going to grab rations and then some of those textiles.
Okay.
Especially if there are any thicker ones potentially.
All right. Yeah, sure. So, you pick up, some rations enough to hold the party over for a short period of time, at least, without taking the boat with you. And I'll say that you find a kind of a heavy bolt of kind of a wool material.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Anybody else getting up to anything?
sailing the boat, so
In that case, Tambit, as our self-appointed lookout, I'd like you to roll an insight or an instinct check. Cannot hear you.
9 with fear.
9 with fear. Okay. So you have a bit of ways to go still to get to Lindholm, or not to Lindholm, but to the point where you will disembark to make your way on foot to Lindholm. You know that what you're looking for is kind of a narrower part of the river that cuts through a bit of forest. between the Liminal Valley and Valkyr. You think you probably have something along the lines of, minutes coming up. So, you're welcome to tell the group that. But I will say, as you spend your time focused on what's coming up and where and when you need to leave, you do miss that there is a boat behind that is catching up somewhat rapidly. And the rest of you, as you do whatever you do around the boat, are caught somewhat off guard as crawling out of the water is this amorphous blob creature made seemingly of the water itself. It's got a kind of a rounded body, almost like a frog sitting back on its hind legs, but instead of a mouth, it just has this collection of kind of sharp points made of water that kind of gleam in the light. You can tell that they hold a point despite what they're made of, and this creature crawls up out of the water onto the side of your boat and makes an attack. That is a 12 to hit Tambid.
Hit me?
Yeah.
And what, the whole way up the mast?
No, it's a range attack.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
What was that?
Miss.
A miss. Okay. The creature's points its head at you, and one of the sharp points on the on its neck, for lack of a better term, fires up toward Tambid, who sees it coming at least and manages to kind of duck out of the way. Tambid, your eyes follow the projectile as it passes you, and you look back and you now see the boat that is coming up on you, and you see that what appears to be a guard of some sort at the front casting magic down into the water.
I'll call down to everybody. We got visitors. How far back is the boat?
So give me a moment. This is where we have a map to make use of. So the boat is currently 60 feet behind you. Obviously, this map is not a river, but
I was going to say.
each square is 20 feet. You can see a group of what appear to be archers on the deck of the boat who have their bows out and limbered and are looking at you. The guard leader at the front who is casting his magic, and a few more close and personal types with their swords grasped but not drawn yet, standing, waiting.
Do I recognize the captain or the guard?
No, nobody you know. But they do wear the colors of the Vesir Guard.
The Gaetel guard?
The Vesir Guard in Gaetel, yes.
I see. Okay. Well, time to be a little bit more aggressive. And where's the wind coming from?
So the wind is currently coming from behind you, which means it's also coming from behind them.
Yeah, that's hard to outsail someone. Where is the edge of the river, and how does it look like their boat has a deeper draft than ours?
Yeah, their boat is definitely a bigger boat. They're definitely going to have to stay more toward the sides of the rivers. They will have issues in more shallow waters, certainly. As far as you guys from the edge of the river, I would say you are approximately probably 60 feet out.
Big river.
From it is a
Yeah.
large river.
I'm going to turn and like a 90 degree.
Wait, before you do that, Maddie, I have a question.
Yeah.
On Wild Touch, it says I can perform gusts of wind. It's not really like supposed to be something that would like push people down, but could it be enough to help us like broadside?
To help you, like what?
Do a broadside like what he's trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
what?
I think it would be particularly useful in terms of helping you make turns. Yeah, that's actually seems like a good use for that.
Like it's not really
It's
like
not
a
sustainable in
power.
terms of power.
Yeah.
Correct. That said, I do want to just draw your attention to the fact that if you want to use power, anybody with magic can theoretically power the engine that moves this boat to be more effective.
I didn't realize there was an engine.
Yes, there is a small magical engine that keeps the boat moving if it needs to, but can be powered by a magic user.
I cast Nos on it. Hit the Nos.
You can make a spellcast roll to see what you're doing. But if you're using the gust of wind to help turn, I think that's certainly feasible.
I just wanted to help Tormund if he's going to have like a roll or something. I didn't know if I could help with that.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Tormund, I'll give you advantage for Azalea's help here. And I'll give Tormund or Morella the option to make this roll. But I think what we're looking for here is a finesse roll.
So the goal of what Tormund is doing is to go into like basically a close reach, try to get the wind at like around 90 to 100 degrees, which is a much faster sailing position with respect to the wind. You create like a wing-like shape, and so basically to try to get some speed and distance from the other boat.
Okay. Well, Tormund or Morella, finesse roll with advantage.
Am I doing it?
Yes.
The Tormund or Morella?
Who's got the better finesse
you.
would be the question.
Probably not me, but we have an advantage.
Probably Morella.
I can roll it.
If your finesse is at all not terrible, go for it.
I am rogue. Have finesse.
Okay.
And rogue.
Set advantage.
Yes, so add your d6.
It's a 23 with fear.
23 with fear. Okay, certainly successful. Morella manages to turn the rudder as the sail snaps out and catches the wind. So I'm not gonna actually turn the boat 90 degrees here because this map is just going to keep track of general progress toward the goal. But I will say that with that move, you guys catch the wind, move up 3 squares, and your opponents only move up 2.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Like a whole thing.
Okay.
You did roll fear, though. So I'm going to take a moment to spotlight my enemies.
Sorry, she doesn't like boats, so that's probably where the fear comes into it.
Use the herb.
You see the head guard take his hand out of the water now, not casting anymore. The frog creature is still on the boat with you, but the head guard raises his hand, and you see the archers all draw and start to knock their arrows. Spotlight back to you.
You get any more juice out of this thing?
Keep those sails in close.
I can perhaps go look at the engine.
Can anybody disrupt the water behind us? Wind behind us?
I mean, we could throw the boxes overboard.
That is not
mean-
going to help.
Pull out this sea mine that I've had in my inventory this whole time.
See mine.
Sadly, we don't have the depth to work with that, but you can throw it in there and blow both ships up at once if you want.
There's hard
But
decision.
we don't need our suit.
Everyone can just ride on my my otter form and swim to safety.
Mhm.
And on
Um,
my shell.
so I have elemental stuff that I can do, but it seems very weak, for lack of a better word. So like, I don't think there's anything that I can do with my elemental stuff to slow them down. Like all of my elemental stuff is like if they take damage around you, or you can fly with air and stuff like that. There's not really anything I can do to the water.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna
can't do
go-
anything to the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the motor and see the magic motor and see if I can.
I could
suss
turn it
anything
into a
out.
dolphin and try to enchant them with my whimsical play.
Let's go play in front of the bow of the ship.
Bailey, you make your way back to the engine here. And you've seen these before, as I've said. These are relatively standard. Again, not particularly powerful by themselves. They are able to just kind of putter a boat along, but with the right magical impetus, they can become quite something. So, if you would like, make a spellcast roll.
Oh, that's not great. That's not even worth adding dice to. That's a 6-8 with fear.
Here, boy.
Yeah.
As you make your first attempt to speed up the boat, you find yourself a little out of sync with how it's meant to work, which isn't surprising. These kinds of things are made more with the arcane in mind, with certain kinds of magic in mind. Seraphs aren't necessarily the first among magic users of this kind. That said, you can feel that what you're doing is moving things along. It does move the boat forward faster, but you don't make any progress, and in fact lose a little bit to the boat behind you in the time as you're trying to focus on it. Additionally, the head guard calls out again, "Knock!" and the archers all knock their arrows. Additionally, the frog boy here is going to make an attack.
Oh, I forgot
This-
about him.
Yes, indeed. He
yeah.
is going to turn not from Tambid and make a run at Torment. And that is a 24 to hit.
Sorry, at whom was that?
Torment.
24? Yeah, that's her.
All right, that is 8. No, sorry. 8 points of physical damage as the frog launches itself spiky face first right at your torso. It manages to pierce whatever armor you're wearing, but not deeply. Spotlight
Minor
back to the
damage.
party.
Okay, I'm going to go into my tarantula form. Big giant.
How big is that?
It says It says that it doesn't actually say, but I think it's like a giant spider. Because, I mean, it doesn't make sense that my web would be useful for adventuring and in battle if I was a small wolf spider.
Tarantulas have
Maybe you're
webs?
fighting ants.
I meant wolf spider.
I
I
don't
was
think
reading
normally,
that
yeah.
No.
Either way, that's fine. I'm not.
This
Certainly
one
not
does.
the level of realism I'm expecting here. I'm just curious. So yes,
I would assume
giant-
it's not a little wolf
I
spider.
assume this is a large spider.
Yeah.
A giant spider, I think, would be the only appropriate.
I mean, if I'm a small spider, I'll just shoot a web and then float away and leave you guys. But anyways, I'm going to take on my giant wolf spider form.
Okay.
And is Pepe, it's hard to say without a thing, is he close enough to like get to?
Yes, the boat is not big enough for you to have range
Okay.
issues.
I'm going to call him Pepe, by the way.
I figured.
And I'm going to bite him with my poison thing.
All right.
My bitey McBite.
Yes. Get him away from me. I'm trying to steer this ship.
That is a 16 with fear.
A 16 with fear. That is a hit with fear. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It is 3 damage, and the target becomes temporarily poisoned. And a poison creature takes 1d10 direct physical damage when they attack, or they act.
Damn. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you you sink your fangs through the surprisingly tough exterior of this water creature, and people around and you, when you back up, can see the venom from your bite seeping into this creature, spreading out, kind of illuminating or illustrating the creature's veins, or what it has instead, as the currents of water within it spread the poison through, and it seems to kind of sag a bit, standing not quite as strong as it had before. And that is the end of that. That was with fear. So I am going to go ahead and take my turn again. The head guard calls out, "Draw!" And the knocked arrows are pulled back. Meanwhile, our poisoned Pepe is going to come, trying to stab its face spikes into our giant wolf spider. That is a 25 to hit. For also 8 points of physical damage. He also takes a d10, is that correct? Or direct physical?
Yes.
Yes, so that is minor damage to the creature from the poison as it kind of recoils in pain after its attack.
Oh man, I should have also had advantage on the attack. The spiders get advantage on attack.
Oh,
Oh,
good to,
oh well.
good to know for the future.
When we're hearing the shout from the captain, right? Or the guard, sorry. As I hear that he's getting ready to, I'm going to juke, or tell Morella to juke. I know they're not the boats for it, but try to prevent some of the arrows from hitting us.
All right. Morella, that's another finesse roll at the rudder. Killer.
Alrighty.
With hope, please.
Finesse. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
we need a hope.
There
Do
is
I have
Yeah,
advantage or anything?
You guys have been no advantage on this one. Azalea is otherwise occupied.
Okay. It's a crit.
Crit. Okay. So what is that? Gain a hope, clear a stress, and yeah, I gotta update the map for that one. So with the with the juke, unintentional, but you catch a gust of wind that the other boat just misses, gaining 3 spots to their 1 on this one. And I will say, giving disadvantage to the eventual attack rolls that are going to come raining down on this boat.
Are we still spotlighted? Right, she critted.
Crit, yeah, still you.
I'm still up on the mast, but I'm gonna use my tail to help gain a little bit of balance so I can draw my bow, and I'm gonna fire at the Pepe.
At Pepe, okay.
And I'm gonna burn a hope to make him my focus as well.
All right. And what does focus do?
I know exactly where he is. Or what direction he's in. I'm sorry, not exactly where he is. What direction he's in. If I deal damage to him, he must mark a stress. And I think that's it. If I miss, I can lose the focus to roll again.
Oh, neat.
Not an
Okay,
action
cool.
to make a focus?
What was that? Sorry.
I was asking if it was an action to make him the focus.
Not really.
Okay.
Again, can't hear you, John. Keep a better eye on that. But no.
Anytime I open like my
as a
character sheet,
rule,
so-
as a rule, we define a given spotlight turn as ending when there's an action. So
Right, I guess,
this
yeah.
isn't really so.
Okay.
If he's taking the shot, though.
12 again with fear.
12 with fear. That is a success. You do hit. Roll damage. And he has to mark a stress, correct?
He has to mark a stress, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Pepe is so stressed out.
Four damage total.
4 damage. Okay, that is solidly in the minor damage category, but that is fine. Pepe
Whoa.
now looking a lot less cohesive than he was before. What was once almost like a sculpture of glass made of water, moving water, to be fair, on your boat now seems to be like dropping puddles in various places, almost like it's bleeding. That was with fear, though, right? So that means I am going to tick down our countdown here. The guard. Aim! Additionally, I'm going to spend 2 fear to spotlight the captain again. The captain is going to reach his hand down into the water, and you see him start to cast something. And I'm also going to make an attack with my frog creature again, this time at Azalea once again, or for the first time possibly. That is a 14 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For this one's going to be 12 points of physical damage. And Pepe takes. It's 1d10, right?
And yeah, actually, it says I'm supposed to roll it, but I don't know if it matters.
Oh, would you like to roll it? Be my guest.
Yeah, sure. 2.
Okay. Minor damage again. Sorry. Spotlight back to the party. What are you guys doing?
I would like to continue trying to make the engine work.
Okay, great. Trying anything different?
Yeah, I tried to come at it just using my general Seraph knowledge. Now I kind of want to see if there's any sort of a mechanical way to kind of help juice this along. Maybe a bit of percussive maintenance, even.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a choice here. You can, or you spellcasting roll again, or actually, I think this is gonna be the same stat. Or an instinct roll.
Oh, my spellcasting roll is strength, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then your choice of the 2.
I'll do spellcast roll again.
Okay.
Well, that's way better, because that is a crit.
Crit. Okay, second crit of the not session but encounter. Excellent. So this time something clicks, and you feel it, and you were right. It is, again, this was made by people whose magic is more of a conscious effort, more of an intentional use, where they have to line up all the power and all the control in certain ways, where they've studied for many, many years. Whereas a seraph, it's a little more kind of instinctual for you. So taking a moment to think through what you're doing definitely helps you line up the power properly. And you feel the boat kick underneath of you. All of you are nearly thrown from your feet in the moment that this kicks in. I'm going to give you 3 spots of space again to the opponent's 1. You are leaving them well in the dust so far. And as a crit,
Does it look like-
Spotlight is still on the party.
We're still in arrow range of that boat, right?
Absolutely.
Far range, right? Okay.
Are they still getting disadvantage? I thought they would have shot by now.
Oh, I apologize. They have. After Bailu's attack, they do in fact loose on the captain's orders, and the arrows hang in the air. Spotlight back in the party.
What exactly is going on over there, Tormund?
We're being chased. They're in the process of losing arrows at us. They're very careless with their arrows. And
Why do you sound so calm about this?
we'll go over that at some other point. Being shot at, you get used to it.
Can we just... Can you take out their sails or something?
With what?
I don't know. I have a crossbow, I have a dagger. I don't know. Don't you have something you could throw over there? You could... Something that goes further than a blade would?
I mean, I could fly there, and then what?
I don't know. Launch yourself at the sail, maybe?
Okay. Azalea, can you time a gust of wind for when those arrows are about to land?
I'll have to leave the spider form if I do that.
Can you actually answer in spider form?
Yeah, so this is the first time I've communicated with you guys while in beast form. You hear it in your head, but you
I
don't
see.
see
That's
me
cool.
speaking. But yeah, so I'd have to drop out of animal form to cast it.
Bello, you got anything? Anyone?
I'll try to shoot Pepe again. What I got?
Sure, shoot.
Am I far from Morella? Since we're both navigating the boat.
That one, it's a 10, but with hope.
A 10 with hope,
What 10?
it hits. Roll damage.
9.
9.
He marks a stress. If it's severe, he marks 2.
Okay. So you both fill up his stress and kill him with that attack, as 9 is the threshold for severe damage here. So as your arrow flits through Pepe, it just loses all cohesion and just plooshes down to the deck. Water, the venom left circulating in the system, washing overboard quickly.
Am I close to Morella?
Relatively. Give me a second, though, because after John's attack, those arrows are landing.
Nope, that's what I wanted to do. While he was doing that, I wanted to get in front of Morella. Like, put myself between the...
Okay. I mean, they're not targeting her, but...
They're a wave, right? Coming from direction?
There are 4 hours in the air, and they are coming
Oh.
toward a specific target.
I see.
Ambit, that is a...
I'm going to reduce the first one by 1d4 by marking a stress.
Okay.
Well, actually, it increases my evasion. So I have rolled it. I get a +2 to my evasion.
Okay. This is a 15 to hit.
Nice.
Second one.
I will do it again.
Okay. I think you're good on that one. That is a 9 to hit.
Yes, misses. Without burning the
Good
stress.
on the third. It's a -1. These
Beautiful.
are all rolled
I'm not
with
going to burn it
disadvantage.
anymore. Oh, yeah, that's right.
This last one, however, is a crit.
Okay, sorry. Hang on. I was marking my stress. All right. What does that do to me when they crit? They just hit their normal crit rolls, right?
Yep. So they're going. So it's going to be. That is 16 points of physical damage as the last arrow pierces Tambit right in the gut.
I'm going to reduce that by 4.
Cannot hear you, John.
Oh, sorry, I looked at my character sheet. I was gonna burn an armor to reduce that down 1 level. That's severe for me.
Okay.
I'll reduce it by 4 damage.
Okay. What does it?
What
What's
order
that cost
does
you?
that take place in?
For me, the damage goes first, I think, John. Like that's
So, like, you reduce the damage, then I do the armor?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So
Okay,
like if
cool.
that
That
brings
takes
it
me
to
a
The damage decides the threshold first, and then you
Yeah.
spend armor.
Okay.
I am using my Seraph class feature prayer dice.
Okay.
I have 2 of them, 2d4s. I rolled a 2 and a 4, so I'm using the 4 on this one. They are once used per session. I can spend any number of prayer dice to aid yourself or an ally within far range. I can use the die to reduce incoming damage, add to a roll's result after the roll is made, or gain hope equal to the result.
Okay. So that is 4 less damage. So that's 12 damage on Tambit instead.
Yeah, then I reduce it by burning armor, so I'm only taking minor.
Okay, great. So 1 point of direct or hit point damage to Tam there. Still your turn. Or back to the party. I'm sorry.
Foreman, you got something, or should I be shooting these guys?
Why are they shooting at you? And somebody help Belu stick more juice in this thing.
I believe I figured it out.
Make another spellcast roll.
Oh.
Unless somebody is helping.
It is a stop spinning. Okay. 17, 19 with fear.
Excellent. Okay. 19 with fear. That does move you ahead again. I'm going to give you 2 spots to their 1. They are not catching up by any means, shape, or form. And their captain, who had been trying to do something very similar to what Bela is doing, is going to now make an attempt. And that is not very good. I'm going to give them 1 square on you. Back to the party.
Can I make a slingshot with my web?
Elaborate.
Like Spider-Man, I want to make like a
What are
web
you
that
slinging?
connects to each. Well, like we said, there were crates and stuff on the ship, so I was gonna like shoot the web and then sling some crates at them.
I will allow an attempt at this at least. Yeah.
Anybody have
So
some Molotov
the web
cocktails?
slinging is a finesse roll to like attack, so I don't know what you want to do.
I was going to call it a finesse roll to use, so that works for me. So you're trying to create. So there's going to be 2 rolls here.
Mhm.
We're only gonna hope for the first one. The second one we'll treat like more of a reaction roll. The first roll is a finesse roll just to spin the web.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it a DC 13.
It's a 13 with fear.
That's a success with fear then. Cool. We'll come back to the fear after everything's resolved. So you do manage to very roughly put together a web that looks like it might somehow function as a slingshot between I'm going to say a couple of different posts on the side of the ship. You manage to get a crate somewhat set in there, and this feels like another finesse roll to me, honestly. So
So it's like an attack then.
yeah.
What are you
Yes.
firing? And put it on fire if you're going to fire something at their sails.
I don't have fire. But somebody wants to
Cooking
shoot
it
this thing
stuff.
with fire. I'm afraid that would destroy the web, so I'm just gonna sling it.
Okay.
That is a 10 with hope.
10 with hope. So it's a miss.
Yeah.
But I will say that the crate, as it comes down, does crack into the kind of like the front corner of the ship. It doesn't really put it off its pace, but it does give you a sense of like more or less where you're shooting. If you wanted to try again.
I don't want to hog the spotlight, so if somebody wants to do something else.
Yeah, and I am going to move them up one spot in response to that, but
Are we not moving up?
not on that one.
How
Spotlight is
close,
still in the party. Sorry, go ahead.
how close are we to the shallows now?
Map. The boat's a Euro.
I see.
What's or what?
The boat's a Euro.
I see.
I've got no. Go ahead.
I would assume we put the fire out after cooking on the barge. I don't think there's just a fire going, eh?
Yeah,
I would
that's what I was
assume as
wondering.
So I guess I'm just gonna launch again, see if I can hit someone.
Okay.
It's a cooking fire on a relatively big boat. Like, probably has an area to do it.
It's not that big of a boat.
Go 18 with hope.
18 with hope. Yeah, that is a hit. So this time you do smack right in the boat's face. And I'm going to say... one second.
This one was full of fragmentation grenades.
No, but it does rock the boat and knock off one of the archers, who is now having to kind of try to swim to catch up to the boat. I'm going to say that, in general, you guys gain one spot on this action.
Nice.
I'll
Six
yell
spots
down
away
from the mast to
goal.
Tormund. I'll yell down the mast to Tormund. Now can I shoot them?
Make sure to get the captain if you can. But it's going to get us into more trouble.
And I'll
I'd
run down
rather-
the mast and go see if I can help Belu instead of shooting.
Can we see the ships ahead of us?
You know roughly where you're going. Yeah, the ships are abstract. It's just the goal. That's
Oh,
the, it's
That's
the
the
spot
shallows or whatever.
yeah, that's the spot that Tambo
Oh.
has been guiding you guys.
I'm
to,
like
but-
terrified, like we're going to ships, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, they're friendly.
No, they're kind of shallows that I'm trying to.
Correct. So Tambit is helping Belu. Belu, I don't know how he's helping you. You guys can work that out.
You
What'd
know,
you figure out?
sometimes
I don't know
it's,
anything about this.
sometimes it's nice to have someone there. That it's like a silent moral support that Baylor is getting here.
I'm just patting him on the shoulder. Like,
Just
you're doing
feels
great,
close.
man. You're doing great. You're doing
Yes,
great.
thank you. Thank you very
Belu, why don't you make another roll with advantage?
Oh, that's with a 6. Well, I need that. So it's 10, 13, 15 with fear.
With fear, God, I'm Arnold over.
I'm gonna run out of fear tokens.
I'm going to run out of your space. Is the truth. But a 15 with fear is another success. So I'm going to give you guys 2 more spots forward, 4 to go. But I am going to give them a spot forward as well. Not that I think it matters too much. I am going to now spotlight my captain again, who is going to spotlight himself and all of his archers when I spend 2 fear. And
A little self-absorbed of him, Maddie.
it is. Please don't call me Maddie. What do you call it? So the captain is going to summon a new Pepe onto your ship. But the guards, there are 3 archers remaining standing, and they are going to make 3 attacks. First one is at Morella. That is a 13 to hit.
I have a 13, so I believe yes.
That is a hit, so that'll be 7 points of physical damage. Second shot is going for Belu. That is a 6 to hit. You're good.
Oh, yeah, just barely.
Last shot, let's call this Tormund, and that is an 18 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
For 4 points of physical damage. Spotlight back to the party. There is a fresh Pepe on board.
Okay. Morella, hold the rudder, and I'm going to smack the Pepe.
Holding the rudder.
Take that out of context. Just that whole exchange.
Smack that Pepe.
Okay. And I'm going to... How close to the edge of the boat is Pepe?
Close. It's not a big boat. You're always all close to the edge of the boat.
I'm going to use a forceful push on it.
Okay.
So it's an attack roll. Okay. 16 with hope.
That hits.
Okay, I'm going to spend a hope to do an extra d6 of damage, but it is... Lost where my weapon... Oh, I see, it's 1d10. Okay, sorry. A little bit of... 11 points of damage. Sorry, 13. And I knock him back 10 to 30 feet.
Okay. That is 3 points of damage, severe, and Pepe is knocked off the side of the boat, splooshed into the water. Spotlight's still in the party.
– I'm very devoted to helping Belu morally
To go.
support on juicing the engine.
Well, then we can attempt to juice still.
Squeezing the juice.
Belu, at this point, take a stress for continuing to pump power into this.
Okay. Well, that's a 17 with fear.
A 17. That is another success. You are nearly there. The other side, the opponent is attempting to keep up, but not doing great. I am going to spend 2 more fear to once again spotlight a handful of things. So 3 archer attacks coming out. First one is at Azalea. That is a 14 to hit. That is 11 points of physical damage. Next one's at Tambid.
I will again mark a stress to add to my evasion.
You are good. That's a miss. Next one's at Belu. Belu, that's a 13 to hit.
Yeah.
Belu, that is 7 points of physical damage.
Ouch.
And the Pepe takes a stroke toward the boat, but does not get back on. Spotlight back to the party. You are almost there.
No,
Can I pick
we're
up
almost
a-
there.
What was that, Josh?
Can I pick up a crate and just throw it down at Pepe?
Yeah, I would certainly allow that. Strength roll, I guess. Strength roll.
15 with fear.
15 with fear hits. I'll take my fear.
I do 1d6 plus 1 physical, but I know you have like probably a table or whatever.
I'll take the 1d6 plus 1. Honestly, go ahead and roll the damage for that. It's also going to have another effect. Go ahead.
I might have been muted. It was 4.
4? Okay. So minor damage to our Pepe number 2, and the crate knocks him underwater. You can't see him at the moment. Spotlight goes to... That was with fear, right?
Yes.
Spotlight goes to Pepe, who slinks under the boat and crawls back up on the other side and makes a ranged attack at Morella. That is a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
And that is... Sorry, I misrolled. 6 points of physical damage.
Remind me if it meets it, is that the next threshold?
Yes, meets the threshold, goes up to it. Spotlight back to the party.
Now that there's something I can shoot, I will shoot at the Pepe. New Pepe.
Okay.
That is a crit.
Okay. Go
Double
ahead
twos,
and roll.
baby.
I am going to tell you that you guys are pulling into the shallows now as this attack hits. Don't forget, so your base damage here is the minimum is the max you could roll.
Minimum of just the roll, though, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Okay. So I'm a 1d6 plus 3 with the bow. I rolled a 6, so I am at 15 damage.
yes,
He
you
also
are.
marks as stressed because it's severe.
Doesn't matter.
If
Pepe
it
did.
doesn't.
Second Pepe goes down. Another puddle on the deck, and you guys are at your target.
This is like the get off the boat target, huh?
Yeah.
This is. Oh, we're actually at the coast, not just the shallows. Okay. Does the river
Like,
have
Foreman, turn the
any
boat.
any small tributaries or something like that?
Not
that we can
locally,
s-
no.
Okay, nothing we can, or like not even. Okay. Is there like an area that is a little bit more covered near where we are?
It's all forest on the side.
Okay, so if I'm going to tell Morella, a hard turn and like try to get us, slow us down, and tell everybody to brace.
I will try to follow that instruction, but I have just taken an arrow, so.
Finesse roll with disadvantage.
It's a 12 with fear.
Yep.
Sorry, chat. I let you down.
Morella pulls hard on the rudder, and the boat jerks. And shockingly, Morella is not particularly practiced at evasive maneuvers or with barges on a moving river, and the boat turns. None of you really expecting what the effect of being in shallow water compared to open water would do on this. The boat starts to turn, catches the shallow, and starts to capsize. And the momentum of the boat, which has been moving at quite a clip under Bailu's magical engine, now launches the group to shore. You all land solidly on ground. I'm going to say you all take, you all mark a stress at the resolution of this encounter. And you are on ground with a boat chasing you. What do you do?
Everybody quick, into the forest.
Just
Lead
pick up
everybody into
what
the
you
forest.
can and go into the
What do you
forest.
think?
Who's the slowest runner? Do we have any idea? Have we seen anybody move?
Well, I
He's got the
mean,
lowest, what is it, agility stat modifier?
probably the middle-aged man in the group.
I'm going to fly, pick him up, and just go. Go.
We don't have to draw attention to him being the slowest.
I mean, this
Norman
is-
flares his
It is
wings out,
condescending, but
scoops
also very
Bailey
kind
off
of
the
you.
ground, and
We're going to, turn him off quickly. We just like to get a little bit into the forest.
Just
yeah.
before we get into the forest, I will brace myself on my tail and my 2 front hands, and then give them the finger with both of my feet.
I don't think they got a good line of sight of that, but which is
They
good
know.
for you. As
They know. They got the
you
note.
guys make your way into the forest. Tam, you're kind of the guide at this stage, so why don't you roll me a what is that? Give you an option of knowledge or instinct as you either use your memory or your skills here to guide the group.
Nope, feeling it out. Instinct it is. With fear.
You say 8?
8 with fear.
All right. You personally go ahead and mark a stress as you try to keep a somewhat calm expression on your face as you lead the group, but realize that you are not at all confident of what you're doing. The group does manage to disappear into the woods. You have at least temporarily lost the guards that have been chasing you down the river. You had an excellent lead coming into the edge, and the guards did not have a good line of sight of you at that point. Tam, you are not as confident of where you guys are as compared to you should be, but you are all, for the moment, safe in the woods. And we'll take a moment to come back to the party and double check on everybody. But first, why don't we go ahead and take a break? If you'll take us out. Everybody else, we'll be back shortly. And welcome back to Mimic Decision. We are back from our break, ready to continue with episode 3 of the Veil of Vesir. If you are just joining us, our group has sailed a boat out of Gaiatel and been chased by the Gaiatelan guard as they made their escape toward the Liminal Valley. While the escape was a little comedic at times, they have been launched into the woods here in the Liminal Valley and are ready to make their way to Linton. But first, let's zoom in on our group here and make sure that everybody, is alive, functioning. Party, how you doing after that?
Who looks the most injured?
I don't look particularly injured, but I'm like literally pulling up my hair and kind of yanking on it a little bit and just like freaking out a little bit.
Stress? Yeah,
I look like a spider.
you're fine. Is Morella has an arrow in her?
A couple, actually.
I am going to walk up to Morella and just kind of hold against her. It's going to smell like a nice, comfortable fire. Or I guess for Morella, maybe it's like a cold, damp area. And like I'm going to clear a hit point off her.
Yep.
And spend 3 hopes to do it.
Matt, just kind of like an idea. So we ran off, correct me if I misheard, into like a wooded area.
Correct.
So is it kind of like dense, like we found a path and otherwise it would be like difficult to get around?
It's a thick enough forest that once you were, more than 20 feet away from the riverbed, you'd be difficult to see, but it's not so dense that like you having issues, moving in a straight line.
Well, my question was, is like what I had in mind was like weaving a big giant web across if it was like a path that would be difficult to get around otherwise.
Probably not. You'd have to cover a pretty big area.
Okay, never mind.
But good thought.
Can I spider climb a tree and see if people are like on our tail? See if I can.
Yeah, sure.
Work out.
So no roll required. You're a spider. You go up tree. You have to go up a decent bit before you have a good view again. And thankfully, a spider up against a tree isn't the most obvious of sights. You can get eyes on the boat that was chasing you, and it still hasn't reached the area where you guys had jumped off. And your boat has continued to float down the river slower now. They are catching up to it, but they do appear to be headed for the boat, not the coastline right now.
Telepathically, all of you here. Well, it looks like they're still chasing our boat right now, but we shouldn't stay in here very long.
Yes, we can move through the forest and hopefully they will not be able to safely disembark from their ship in time to catch us.
Do I know at least that we are in the Liminal Valley?
Yes, so you're not sure of like the direction you picked to start heading into the woods, but you know that generally speaking that you got off at the right spot. You
Okay,
just
and
haven't you're just not keep tracking as well as you should right now. Your brain being something of a frazzled mess.
One follow-up question.
Sure.
This note/map that I have, has it been in Lindholm before?
Has the note been in Lindholm before?
Or the paper it was written on?
You'd have no way of knowing.
Like the paper. Does it taste like
The
Lindholm?
reason I asked
Yes.
is because if this paper has been there, I know the shortest and most direct path there.
If it hasn't been there, do you then know the shortest and
It
most
has.
direct path to somewhere else?
If the object that I am carrying, it will tell it. Let me find the exact
Yeah,
wording.
but
One second.
give me the text here.
Actigatel was us.
Okay, so it is, and I'm tapping back and forth, so 1 second, but it's when I have previously visited a place or carry an object that has been there. I can identify the shortest, most direct path to my destination.
Okay. No. Both the map and the note are relatively standard, and they're both from Gaiatel.
Alright. Then I'm just trying to orient myself and find northeast.
That's fine.
Let's
The
start heading that way.
Follows Tam into the woods. But yeah, let's take a moment. Really, how is everybody doing? Mentally, physically.
Physically, I'm totally fine. I am exceedingly stressed.
It's a bit more action than Belu is used to seeing, but he's completely fine. Mentally and physically.
I think Azalea feels a little bit better being in the forest. Kind of like secluded, but overall still pretty much the same as she was this morning.
Sure.
Reasonably stressed, but hiding it.
Did you get hit at all, Torment?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well,
You can tell with your big shell.
let me help you with that. I'm going to first use a paradise and get some hope. So there's that one.
Oh, do you also have? Oh, right. That's a
Yeah.
Seraph feature, not a Sentinel feature.
And then I'm going to mending touch you.
Which one is that? Oh, is that
Lay a hand on you and you can clear a hit point when I spend 2 hope.
Oh, I see. So that's better than the Seraph Hope feature that you spend 3 hope.
This is an actual healing spell.
Okay, nice. And I clear one hit point, right? Oh,
Correct.
thank you, Belu.
Yes, I hope you are feeling a bit better. Is anyone else injured? I can help at least another person.
I'm hurt a little bit, but it's not too bad.
Well, this is a potentially long journey we have ahead of us. I would prefer if we are as close to tip top as we can be. Come to me. I'm just gonna plop my hand on your forehead, and there you go. And you're gonna kind of just feel warmth, and it's gonna be bright. You just there you go, and you can clear a hit point as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
They're blinking away the spots in my eyes.
Only slightly blind. This Lindholm, it sounds familiar to me. I believe there's a town that is not far from Lindholm that is on my one of my routes that I travel when I'm bringing medications and remedies and such. So perhaps if there's time, we could stop by that town and I could check in on some of my patients.
Yeah, we
If
have
there's
to go there
time,
to find the safe house. So
yes. Well, we will have to go to Lindholm, so. Tempest, please lead on. I believe you have most familiarity with where we are going, or at least generally speaking.
Pam, go ahead and make another instinct roll as you try to orient as you guys move.
that is another crit.
A crit. Okay. Clear a stress. Gain a hope. And while you certainly were off your game when you landed, after a bit of movement, keeping your eye up on the sun as it moves through the sky, and just generally with your eye back to the river, and knowing this area as you do, you feel like you've got the party on a good path. You expect you guys should be in Lindholm by midday.
All right. Yeah, I got a better bearing. We're not far actually. We're pretty close. Maybe a couple hours of travel. We'll be there.
That's just good to know.
Yeah, are they? Did you see behind us if they're following us? Oh, sorry. Azale?
Yes, it looked like they were still following our abandoned boat for right now, but it won't fool them long.
I see. Well, let's
Matt, I
make
would like
haste.
to say I'm doing my best to guide us through as we go through the forest, places that will leave the least amount of tracks and trail to follow. I don't know how easy that's going to be if this is super dense.
Oh, so I shouldn't be leaving a big, long, never-ending web behind us. Just
Probably
kidding.
Yeah, you can certainly be trying to take kind of a path that leads to the least trail left behind.
Or at least kind of break up, you can see here somebody broke a branch, but then to find the next place we left a sign, something like that.
Sure. Roll me a knowledge roll. Let's see how skilled you are at this.
Uh, 14 with hope.
You make good choices. Additionally, the path that you take tends to be an easier one to walk. You've been keeping an eye out for just the general topography, and you're making sure that the party is A, not leaving an obvious trail to follow, but B, you're leading them around the worst of the terrain as you make your way forward. So much so that the walk becomes almost relaxing, even at the pace that you guys are at. I'll say, group, you may all, this is kind of a cumulative effect of the previous crit and this roll as well. This is not for Tam, who already cleared a stress on his crit, but the rest of you may clear a stress as well. The walk, gives you a moment to center yourself. Tam takes the difficulty out of this journey for you, and you have a moment with your own thoughts to kind of collect yourself.
This is quite nice. This is much closer to what I am used to in my travels, although I prefer to stick to roads.
It's nice off the road.
Mhm.
I like it out
Well,
here.
The forest has endless roads, if you think about it.
Well, yes, but if you follow the road, you end up at a town. If you follow a forest road, you end up at another part of the forest.
Or you find some food.
We have just had the breakfast not long ago, and you are already thinking about food again.
I'm thinking of
Woman, you
finding
must-
ingredients for the next meal.
This is likely where many of your ingredients originated.
Exactly.
Perhaps if you let us know what to look for, perhaps we can assist along the way.
I kind of give a side look at Mora. Some mushrooms, fruits, berries.
Matt, can I roll to see if I find any berries as we go? I do have an experienced forager.
Yeah. I think I'll allow anybody who wants to be spending time looking as you travel to kind of potentially top off your stocks, I guess. I would call this an instinct roll, but if people have arguments for something else, for anybody who's looking maybe with something more like book knowledge, we could do a knowledge roll kind of thing.
Do I hear the
I'm-
screams of mushrooms as we pick them?
You absolutely do, yes. You also, Morella, I will say, as they go about doing this, make your rolls. I'll come back to you, I promise. Morella, as you walk through the woods, and you are once again touching the soil of Vesir, you get the sense that somebody is trying to reach out to you. There's a knocking on your mental door.
Is it familiar?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's you recognize it as the feeling of your friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, is it Bon Carlo?
Yeah. My British friend, Bon Carlo.
Indeed. It's not urgent. Like, you've lived with this sense your entire life, this fungal sense. And there's a difference between when somebody is trying to get your attention right now and when somebody is reaching out to say when you can. And this is more of the latter.
Well, I will let him pop in, but I'm going to continue moving along the group like when you're like half there, half listening to one thing, half listening to the other.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you let him in, you just hear, Well, love, I reached out to Lokar. Expect word soon. Where are you headed?
You know I'm not telling you that.
Fair enough. If you need anything else, let me know. Lokar will be reaching out. He said direct. I don't know what that means.
All right. How's things in the city?
Quiet. Been listening to any whispers of your name, but haven't heard a word.
You heard any names popping up?
Carrier Green? Wardens
yeah,
of the
that
Seer?
one.
A lot of talk about the Wardens. Some druid group out west, or sorry, out east apparently. But no, that's all.
Well, thank you for checking in.
You know, you can always move back to the roots if you're in trouble.
Unless I'm on a boat.
Unless you're on a boat, which you aren't right now.
Maybe I got my toes in the water.
Safe travels, Merlin. And you feel the connection kind of flows off.
Right, I was gonna tell him not to drink too much, but too late for that.
Oh, it's the morning. He already agrees he's not going to drink like that again until at least the afternoon. Sorry, yes, so back to the foraging. Rolls, what do we have?
So I went.
14 with hope.
So which stat were we rolling?
Instinct, unless you had an argument for something else.
I went.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I went out of spider form, so I am back into fawn form. But I rolled a 24 crit.
Okay.
Aw, the little spider like collecting berries.
Call it credit too.
He found a whole meal ready to be picked up.
Yeah, I'll say you guys
Just
find
throw out
a,
of the ground.
a
I
shocking
had a crit with fours
abundance
as well.
of fresh berries, as well as nice collection of mushrooms and herbs. There's Tormund, you spot a surprising number of useful cooking herbs, as the rest are picking up more edible objects.
Nice.
I also want to like randomly use wild touch to like have a bush grow where we took a path or something. Just try to close in the forest after we
Okay.
walk.
What is wild touch specifically? Is there a cost to that, or is it just
No, it's like Druidcraft and D&D.
Okay,
so it
great.
just
Yeah, so as you move, Azalea takes time to kind of aid Tambid's attempts to cover your trail by very literally covering your trail. Bushes growing up, branches growing wider, foliage around the ground spreading out to cover footsteps where they're made, that kind of thing. Azalea makes thoughtful use of wild touch to assist you.
Tis
As you
very smart
travel,
thinking.
sorry, go ahead.
That's a very smart thinking on your part.
You just look at them and say, "You can do that?"
pack in and pack out. That's what I always say. Leave no trace.
As you travel, the sky darkens above you. Clouds move in, and this smell, prior to a rainstorm, starts to fill the air. Tamid, you know you are getting quite close to Lindholm.
I'll never tire of the smell of a fresh rain.
And hopefully it'll help wash away any tracks we haven't covered. If it's heavy enough.
It'll also create more tracks.
Well, we're close. We might be able to make it to town before the rain really picks up. Or at least to the road. So, harder to identify whose track. I guess I'll like pick up the pace a little bit. I don't want to say like really push, but
Sure. This close to the city, or the town, I apologize. And given your previous rolls, I'm going to say that you're kind of in the zone as you travel. And as you approach Lindholm, you notice signs of some kind of woodsman nearby traveling ahead of you on a similar path to yours. It hasn't been obviously, but your paths have converged at some point, and you can tell that they are not far ahead.
we got locals coming up. We're almost to town. If they're walking the same way we are, we might catch them.
Just excellent news.
And as you travel forward, you do in fact, Tam, you first notice a cloaked figure walking through the woods ahead of you, seeming kind of moving slowly, tired. There's definitely a ponderousness to his steps, but he does seem like he's just walking in a straight line to what you would also mark as the direction to Lindholm at this point.
He's walking the same way we are?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
walking away
not
from
towards
you.
us?
You can see his back. He looks, like 5 foot something, not particularly large.
I'll whisper back. You guys think should we call out to him, or should we just kind of let him go and follow him in?
Yeah, he may be a bit fevered. It may be kind of us to help him into town. I'll walk up. See if I can walk up to him, and as I get closer, just kind of get a better sense. Is this an old person that's
As you
feeble?
approach, no, you don't think it is. As you approach, you get a better sense that his ponderousness is a limp, in fact. He's definitely favoring his left leg, his right, or his left leg seems injured. He's favoring it as he walks. That said, as you approach, this is a trained woodsman, and he does hear you as you come up, and he turns back to look at you, and you see he looks to be older into middle age, probably a little older than Belu, a Qatari. He has black pointed furry ears peeking out from underneath of his cloak, slit pupils in his green eyes, and kind of extended fangs in his mouth, not frighteningly so. You've seen many Qatari over the years, but he just kind of turns to you and, well, you're new. Welcome
Yes,
to Lindholm.
Thank you very much. I do not mean to pry, but I could not help but notice your gait is a bit abnormal.
He kind of shies away and pulls his cloak around over his leg.
Do not
I
mean to pry.
made a bit of a mistake out in the woods.
If you would permit me, I may be able to assist.
He looks suspicious. Why don't you roll presence?
Okay. And I can use an experience for this potentially as well. Oh,
Okay.
don't need to. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, this is hottest dice night
Did you
ever
just
now.
crit again?
I did again. Yeah.
I just want to point out that
Like,
Mullet
that's
plays in
unnatural.
multiple games with me, and I believe that previously this week he couldn't roll over a 10.
They are all going to be Daggerheart now. We were switching all campaigns to
actually-
Daggerheart now.
I actually think it was a 6 or lower in the other every time.
It was, yes. But there was another one last night.
Fantastic.
Anyway,
He looks at you and just, fine. I'll let a boar get the better of me. And he pulls the cloak at the west side, and you see just a deep gouge out of his left calf. Like it looks like a tusk, tore a chunk out of it.
I see. Sit still, this will not hurt, but it will feel a bit odd. And I'm going to, because I've got used my last 2 hope here, and cast Mending Touch.
Okay.
Laying hands on a creature, I can clear a hit point or a stress on them. And if I learn something new about them, I can clear 2 hit points from him. So, are you from Lindholm? Have you lived here long?
Yeah, born and raised.
And I just get like a glowing hand just kind of moving over the thing as I talk to him. Yes,
You knew.
Yes, we are coming from a bit further south.
Mighty thankful for the
Of course.
ministering.
Of course, I am happy to help where I can. This is what I do. So, I was glad to have run into you and been able to assist you here, and I'll just kind of, finish it up. And
He reaches to his belt and starts to pat himself, and I don't have anything to repay you with.
oh
today.
no, it is all right. Just please show kindness to someone else who comes across your path in the near future.
It's
And then
mighty unusual of you, sir.
Just have them do the same.
Can I ask your name?
Of course. My name is Belu.
Pleasure to meet you, Belu.
And you, what was your name again? I'm sorry. I am terrible with names in my age.
Apologies. My name's Zim. Zim Good. My wife runs the general store in town.
No, that is a coincidence. We have been told to visit the general store in Lindholm. Good. Yes.
I'm the good. Well, half of it.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. It was serendipitous us meeting here today.
Indeed. We're right at the crossroads of town. You can't miss it. But
Well,
if I'm not there when you show up, tell my wife. She'll give you a deal.
well, that is very kind of you. But as I said, please just pay this kindness forward to someone who comes across your path at some point soon. That will be all the deal that I need from you.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
If you could. Is there? We have not been to Lindholm before. Is there a tavern or an inn that we could potentially seek a bit of rest? It's been a bit of a journey for us.
The Axe and Stave. Cat corner from the general store. It's run by a furbolg named Agaru.
Okay.
Good tavern. Decent inn. Only tavern.
Is the Axe and Stave?
Axe and Stave, yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for letting me assist. Look forward to visiting your store while we are here.
Appreciate that. You coming in with a group then?
Yes, a group of friends. We are traveling right now.
Don't get a
Hi.
lot of groups coming through.
Well, we are attempting to stay off of the beaten path.
I see.
Times can be a bit more fun that way. No, travel can be more fun sometimes.
I'm not looking to judge. You've helped me. Who am I to say what's weird?
Well, well, I will let you go. Go back your journey back to town. It was nice to
Pleasure
meet
to
you.
meet you, Bela. And he starts to hobble his way back in the direction he was going.
Is he still limping?
Less so, but
Okay.
it's a bad one. It's gonna take some time to heal, no matter what you pump in.
Just pump in more hit point healing. Just heal, damn it.
Ah!
More juice. Needs more juice.
Accept my magic.
You both heal him, just don't cross the healing streams.
Right.
That's true. Well, 2 positives make a negative, so you got to be careful about that.
I can
I have
slap
heard that.
him while you do it. So are we just gonna creepily follow this guy at a distance now back to Ghostgate?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like we're passing him.
I'll
Which
assume
is-
I'll assume you're just kind of sidestepping him as you go.
He's like, yeah, I've got a group of friends out in the woods.
Don't say a word. I'm just swing by in the trees.
My friends
I-
behind me, and they're all just gone hiding. Like, oh no.
I just walk normally with Belu.
Feel bad passing him though, if he's limping.
Yeah, that's.
If he does it now, he does it by choice. I am a very good healer.
Do you need us to get you back to town, Pastor?
There are more of you.
There are.
Hi.
Like a massive, like, galapa. Like,
No, I'm just gonna take my time. This is my alone time.
I see.
You lot, enjoy. Thank you again.
Well,
Enjoy
Of
your
course.
stroll. It's a lovely forest.
It is.
is he honest about just being fine with walking?
Yeah, I'll say without any.
Okay.
He legitimately just seems like he wants to take his time.
Fair. I get wanting
He
to some
wasn't?
alone time.
He wasn't. Were you just gonna like pick him up against his will and fly?
No,
Well,
you
I'm
come with
straight
us.
back to like his
You are
shop.
being assisted. Please do not resist.
Pumps force some healing streams into him and then lift him up.
But no, the group it makes its way past and around Zine as he takes his time on the way back, and you guys continue your somewhat faster pace. Eventually, coming out to Glinton. It's a small town, like 2 main streets, small. You see kind of a collection of buildings in the center. You can see signs hanging. You can see an axe in the stave that very clearly looks like the tavern that you were told about. Across from that looks like you see a sign that looks like a general store kind of symbol hanging, and a few other not shops, but places that seem to have some kind of business going on. Beyond that, it's just a handful of homes. The houses are built kind of in the Falkiran way, which is very standard, like cottagey, thatched roofs, that sort of thing. There is some Limian influence here as well. A couple of the homes appear to have some kind of towers built into them, and overlooking the town, you do see a rather stately-looking manor up on a hill overlooking Lindholm. And that looks like it's something straight out of Limios. It's almost like a fortress with a tower rising up out of the center, which is a very standard way for them to build anything that isn't in the middle of a town. As much defensive function as it is comfort for those who live inside.
Matt, as far as Lindholm goes, is there like a wide clearing around the forest, or is it like forest is kind of right up to the edge of
Forest
the
leads pretty much
town?
right up into it. Lindholm is, very much a forest town. You can see there appear to be a couple hunters moving around with fresh kills slung over their shoulder on a sled behind them. You see a bunch of people who look like they're kitted out to be trackers, rangers, that sort of thing. You'd fit in well here. Mainly,
Yeah,
you've
I like it
seen,
here.
if not Lindholm itself, you've seen its like many times.
Mm-hmm. This is the place we were told we could find a room to rest. The general store is this way. I believe the note said something about a short walk from the general store.
I think it's very likely we can rest there also.
It is possible. But if you are traveling into a town for the first time, it is customary to ask someone where there is a place to stay.
Fair.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it looks a bit suspicious. Well, should we go to the store and see if we can find anything provision? Is there anything that we need?
I think we need to move on relatively quickly.
I agree.
How straight was the path from where we got off to here?
You guys did some pretty heavy meandering at Tambid's guiding, but I mean, there's 2 points. There's obviously a straight line between them. If you could,
Find where
plot.
the point was.
Yeah, but no, you certainly didn't leave an easy path to follow. It would require a tracker to not just find your signs, but find them with regularity because of how distant they were.
So we probably have a little bit of time, but not an infinite amount of time.
I feel like once they figure out that we're not on that boat, they're gonna have a ballpark idea of where we got off, and they're gonna know Lindholm is the next closest place.
Maybe. But they might not, think that we're coming here. There's many, they chased us here, so they don't, as far as we know anything about our motivations. Let's go to a general store. We were told to go first. Or we can rest first. Whatever your preferences may be.
Maybe we ask our friends, the audience, what our next move is.
Couldn't have given me a little bit of a warning.
We just did.
So what are the options? We go to the store, we go to the safe house.
Yeah, store,
Those are-
safe house.
And anything else you guys might think of or chat might think of?
Yeah.
We knock on random doors and see who takes pity on us.
Mm-hmm.
That's a path
So
you
the-
can take, certainly.
So
We
there's
warn them
Or
about
land and play on the
Thatcher's
street corner begging
architecture.
for handfuls of gold.
So it's in safe house and store, right? Is what we have right now.
So far.
That's good. Chat, feel free to offer any other options you might think of, but if not, what is our party doing next?
You've got an
Nomad
emphatic
wants to go
vote for store.
shopping.
I'm sorry, what was that, Malone?
So we have an enthusiastic vote for the store.
Me too.
Very passionate about the store.
That's less
Okay.
enthusiastic. But
I think
we gotta
just
honor.
based on the numbers of everything, you guys are headed to the store.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stay outside the store and just kind of keep watch on if anybody's like paying attention to us or following us in particular.
Okay, sure. As you guys enter the store, leaving Tambid to kind of keep an eye on the situation around you, you see an older human woman standing behind the counter inside the general store. The store itself is filled with, general store things. There are foods, there are clothes, there are tools, there are a small collection of books, pens, papers. Not very little on that front, but in general, like, if you can think of it, and a standard town might need it, you can probably either find it or order it here. The woman looks over to you and beams as you enter the store. Well, hello! We don't get new folks too often.
Hello there.
Welcome to Goods.
Thank you. We
Hello.
met your husband on the road, and he.
Oh, did you now?
Yes. Seemed
That good
like
for
he
nothing
was-
being going to be back soon?
I believe he would be back in a bit. He was taking his time. He called it I don't know what he called it, but he's going to come back. I would imagine at some point soon.
Well, that's better or worse. What can I do for you?
Oh, as you said, we are new in town. We've been traveling all of the day, and we are just perhaps looking to see what is available in your store.
Oh, well, if you need it, we've got it. Food, drink, supplies.
Perhaps supplies, if you have any, perhaps kits for making a medical salve or some kind of medicinal herbs. I'm always in the market for them.
I do think I might have a little herbalism kit that we had here. Let me go see what we have. You have gold, right?
I have a bit of gold.
Let me see what we got. And she disappears quickly behind the store and isn't gone more than a few moments before she comes sweeping back out, and she's holding a little box, and she pulls it open and pulls out a kind of a leather pouch, or like a roll. And she flips it out. Inside, you see a handful of tools. There's even a small, like, travel size, like, mortar and pestle made out of some kind of metal material that'll hold up well in travel. And there's a handful of herbs and things here. It's not in great shape, but it's something to start a collection with if you wanted.
Mhm.
So this belonged to a fellow who came through and never came back. Over at the inn. So, finders keepers. I could give it to you for 3 gold.
That will do nicely.
Excellent. Music to my ears. And she passes over to you very quickly and scoops your gold away so quick you can't even see it.
You're very spry.
Do you
Yes,
have
I
a
will add
set
this
of
to my kit.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I would add these to the kit of herbs that I have with me.
Good, good.
But
You gonna be around long? There's some people who could maybe use some of your remedies.
I would very much enjoy the chance to meet them if we are to stay long.
I'll let people know. Where are you
Thank you.
staying?
Undetermined as of yet, but the tavern across the way is a contender. I believe one of my party was not only has a friend who lives not far from here, but we may be able to find shelter with them.
Oh,
a short
really?
time.
Who's that?
I do not know. It's a friend of a friend. You know, connections, they get a bit strange.
All right. You keep your secrets.
Always. Not a... okay, I do not wish to argue.
I'm sorry, dear. Was there something I can help you with? She looks over to Tormund.
Just a standard cooking set, please. Ingredients, traveling set.
I've got some travel pots and pans I can sell you. 5 gold for the set.
Does this feel like a ripoff, or
Depends on the quality of the tools, really, but it's likely more than it's worth. Yeah. Like you would pay that much for like a good set back in Gaiatel.
but we're not in Gaiatel, we're in the like,
This is true.
$5 and I get some herbs on top of this. This looks a little bit. Thing.
Or presence. Reaction roll.
Is that a 20 or what is that? Sorry.
Still duality test, just no hope repair.
I see. And come out of my drop tower. 22. Sorry, presence. You said. 23.
All right, deal. You can grab 2 handfuls out of the, 2 handfuls worth out of the herbs over there.
Thank you. Nod my head and I go grab some herbs.
Anything else, dears? Anything else? I've got this lovely scarf for you, dear, she says, looking at Morella. And she just whips out this, like, golden yellow cloth scarf thing.
No, thank you. Do you have any little sewing patch kits?
I've got some needle and thread. And some scrap fabric if you need, sure. Give you a kit's worth for gold.
Oh, a whole gold for it? Yeah, all right. Okay. And I'll give her a gold.
And she pulls out like a little folded leather kit. It has a collection of needles and thread and all that. And then she directs you to a little bin she has of like fabric scraps. And she says, help yourself. You can, take a handful of what you need to patch with.
Thank you, a whole handful. I will take my time going through it and, looking at each piece like each new piece is neater than the last.
She just kind of looks at you and shakes her head. And, take your time. Can I be helping anybody else?
No, I'm okay.
All right then.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're always welcome here. Goods.
Thank you. I'm going to leave the store.
All right,
And,
thank you.
Tam, you saw nothing out on the street. It's a quiet town. You know, there's some people moving back and forth, but it's a very sedated.
Very good. We're like sitting on the ground back against the wall, just like took a few deep breaths and now I'm just waiting for them to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go to the inn, we should head a little west, right?
It would probably be in our best interest to see what is going on over there, yes.
Right, if there's no objections, I'm gonna start heading 5 minutes due west from the store and then searching for a cave entrance.
Yeah, so you are able to follow the road back out of town. You are in and out of Lindholm quite quickly, as is frequently the case with towns this small. You're probably all aware, or at least enough of you, that there are likely people who still live out further, than the obvious confines of the town. But the bundle of buildings are left behind relatively quickly as you make your way out of the road and once again into the forest. Heading due west, you eventually come to the large hill that with the manor that overlooks the town of Lindholm. And you find, I think, before too long, at the guidance of Tam, who has been on game now for most of your journey, you find it's not a large cave entrance. It's kind of a bit of stone that goes one way, a bit goes behind the other way behind it, creating kind of like a filter that you have to go through that leads into a small stone chamber. The chamber it just looks like, or I say chamber. It's a small stone cave. It's a stone ground, rough stone in all directions. It's maybe 10 feet deep and 8 feet wide. Once you're inside, and that's it.
There is a bowl of some kind, correct?
Not that you see.
Pull out the note again and check it furiously.
Let's
Supposed to be
start
a
looking
bowl
at
of some
the
kind here.
walls and things. Does it look like it's carved out, or is this just a natural?
The walls look
cave,
natural. Like this is, maybe it was helped at some point, but it seems to be a largely natural formation.
Does anybody in the group have a bowl cut?
Having
What?
seen the art, I think I can say no to that.
I don't have a haircut at all.
As long
Is it a
as someone
cooking
has some
bowl?
scissors, we can make it happen for someone.
But Mullet, why don't you, Belu, roll me a reaction roll instinct as you look around at the walls?
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay, it's not going to be terrible. I mean, it's not going to be great. What's your... So 16. Was this a...
Yeah, reaction roll. You're good.
Okay.
With a 16, I'll say that the walls look perfectly natural. Nothing about them jumps out. However, you've been in your magic all day, and your senses are a little more sensitive than usual on that front. And you get the sense that there is definitely something at play here.
So if I start physically touching walls, all solid, does my hand just go through one? What are we looking at here?
If it does all feel solid, but I will say that when you touch on the wall, not straight back into the cave, but kind of back into the right, the wall starts to glow a faint blue as your hand touches it.
Okay. I would like to, and it feels like a normal wall. It feels like a cave wall still.
It does,
It's blue.
yes. Mhm.
Just the hand is glowing blue.
The wall for some space around it.
I just kind of like to feel around the wall a bit with my hands to kind of see.
As you touch in different places, you see that the light responds to you across a certain area. If you go too far in either direction, the wall stops to respond. Like there is clearly a door of sorts here.
But I'm not feeling a knob or anything.
No.
There's something to do with this wall, but I'm not sure where to go from here. Do you see the wall glowing when I touch you? Tormund, do you see this?
I do. I do.
Would you like to also touch the wall and see if you can glean something that I cannot glean?
Can I touch the wall?
Of course. It is not
Let's
my
all
wall.
touch the walls.
Let's all touch the wall.
I, who have been in safe houses before, touch the wall.
Yeah, it also glows around your touch if you touch in the same general area.
Is there like a
We're like,
you know, when a door is not perfectly fit, there's like an area that where I'm describing
seam.
like a seam, thank you. English hard. Um Nothing at all.
No, you can make out the rough area based on the response of the light, but it appears to be perfectly seamless on the rock wall.
Can
maybe
you
it's
does
a
it make
pull.
does it make a different sound if you knock?
Is there a sign that says pull?
When you knock, the entire door starts to glow.
All right, I think I've got this. And I knock. Dit, 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 dit.
And you hear, but the door does not open.
Damn. Does anyone know any magic words like open sesame or something?
Friend?
Lorne. Can I look around for this bowl or something that we're supposed to?
You can, but there is nothing that seems to be a bowl in this room. This is just an empty cave with a big glowing wall so far.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, Jen told us to come here.
Mhm.
Find a bowl. There is no bowl.
No, she said
she
find
told
a
us
bowl.
if we needed to
So
contact her to use the bowl.
Do we have
So
a
the
bowl?
bowl is probably behind the door.
Well, I now assume it's behind this door. I think we found the entrance to the safe house.
I'm going to step back outside the cave and kind of take a look around and see if any curious townsfolk have followed us out here.
Interesting
I'll go with him.
thought.
Yeah, 'cause it's not a
Um,
very deep place.
It's not. No. And in fact, there is a figure waiting outside the cave as the two of you come out. Your friend Zine, no longer limping, has come up and is looking at you. Well, now, a bit more to you than meets the eye, isn't there?
As I said, if he'll
More to you
steal him,
too.
it's because he chooses to. I am an excellent healer,
I believed you, Balin.
of course. Hello, Zim. It is good to see you again.
Likewise, Balin.
What are you doing here?
Seeing what you're doing here, mostly.
I see. I see. Any particular interest that you have taken in us other than the fact that we are new in town?
Well, you're new in town and you found a cave that most people walk right by. If they come out here at all.
Yes. Are you one of the people that walks by the cave? Or are you not one of the people that walking by?
I walk by most days.
I
I go
see.
in some days.
I see.
What business do you have here?
We are instructed to come here by a woman who aided us last night. Her name was Jen.
Was it now?
Yes, I am not sure, Tambid, if I am not supposed to relay the information. I am not used to the clandestine goings
Yeah.
on. Perhaps that was a mistake. Yeah, her name may also not have been Jen, but it was Jen.
She could have lied.
It is quite possible.
But she told us her name was Jen, and the information she gave us that led us to this cave was signed Jen. So we're pretty sure.
What is
Perhaps
going
it's-
on out here?
Oh, Toman, it is our friend Z.
Let me see that note.
I'm sorry, what note?
Oh, I was just telling. He
Oh, we
knew
gave that
that
Jacob.
the cave was a place that most people do not go.
Bello.
What? I've it. By the way, Toman, he is not limping anymore. Huh?
Yes, you're an excellent dealer. Thank you.
Well, you are quite welcome.
Yeah, he's real good. I will show him the note, but I will not hand it to him, and I will stay far enough away that I can retract it if he tries to snatch it.
He walks up and doesn't make
Sorry.
a move to take it. Sorry, go.
Where did everyone go?
Just outside the cave.
Oh, he's not limping anymore. You're a really good healer, Bailey.
Yeah, that is what I am. Thank you, Marilla. It is we've run into our friend Zimatia outside the cave.
He walks up and looks at the note, but he doesn't make a move to take it from you. Splash some hot water on the wall. And he turns and walks back toward town, if you'll let him.
Where are we getting hot water?
Thank you for your assistance.
Is that you as he walks by, Best?
I look at Tormund, like, can we let him leave?
Lily's
Right.
looking for a water source. And
Why do you tell him about this? Like,
it seemed like you
He
already
literally
knew.
found us here. He already knew.
Yes. And he knows how to get in the door. So it is a good thing that I told him.
no, it is not a good thing.
It is an excellent thing because now we know how to get into the you splash the water on the cave.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm going to search for water and some means to heat it.
Fire is easy.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's splash some hot water.
Yeah, we're carrying water, right?
Yeah, of course. Some of you know, water skins are
Yeah.
on most of your kits.
I
There were
just,
some on the boat.
Wild touch a campfire. On with him.
Okay, yeah. So you very quickly get a fire going and heat some water up and splash it on the door. And as you do so, it seems to start to trickle, and then it appears like it's kind of just dripping, dripping, dripping. And then a moment later, the dripping speeds up, and you realize that the water is not dripping off. The rock is liquefying and pouring down into the ground, creating like a just creating a doorway as the rock turns to water and rushes down into the ground past you. And you find yourself looking in on an exceedingly normal looking room. It has wooden walls and floor. It has a table to one side. It has a bed tucked in the back, and there are two doors that lead off of this, one on the far wall and one to the right. It smells a little musty, but mostly just the smell of wood that fills the place. There is a torch flickering, burning plainly inside, providing light to the area. And as you stand here at the entrance to presumably Jen's safe house, I do think that is where we'll stop today. We will come back next week with exploring the safe house and see where that takes the party. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Thank you at home for chipping in and giving us ideas. As always, we are looking for feedback, not just while we're playing, but in between. So if you have any thoughts, feel free to drop comments on our videos over on YouTube. Check out our previous videos and this one up on YouTube around the end of this week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll be back next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.